This is the new EMF Audio 2000 AF 2000 watt subwoofer amplifier, and I'm going to show you some actual real world power numbers. None of this put it on a bench on an electrical system that you don't have in your car, connected to a resistor that you don't listen to because it's a resistor. Real world power in a real car with a real sub connected to it. Now, full disclosure, I do have this amp wired to a 1/2 ohm. This is a box that is intended for SPL. Impedance rise is kind of high on it, so we may not be able to get to exactly 1 ohm, but I think we can get it close to 1 ohm by changing the frequency, because remember, impedance rise is not a static number. So we're going to play a couple different frequencies, one that's going to be closer to 2 ohms and one's going to be closer to 1 ohm. And that should give you a pretty good idea of what we're capable of here. I've got the clip limiter button pushed in, as you can tell, and I'm going to do exactly what you should never do with any other amplifier. I've got the gain all the way up. I've got the subwoofer volume control all the way up. And I'm going to turn the volume all the way up. There's no scenario where this should work. This head unit should be putting out 4 volts on the RCAs, and the gain is set for 0.2 volts. So what I'm going to do is burp it just like this, and we're going to watch the power and the oscilloscope. This is the oscilloscope. It is set to power maximum and probe, so it is taking it directly off the amplifier, and what you're going to be seeing, this will be our power number, this will be our SPL, which does not matter at all. You can disregard this number here. That is what we're after. We'll be able to see the impedance that we're playing at here, our power, and then we can look here. Now, this is not going to show a perfectly nice round line. This is not spectacular for showing. It will show clipping, but I'll show you what it looks like with next to no power. So you can see there, 7 watts. It's still kind of jagged, so it's not going to be as perfect smooth anyway, but you can see how clean it is. This should be a ridiculously hard clip if our clip limit button was doing nothing, or like on a regular amplifier. So I'm going to give this a go. We're going to see how much power it makes at the frequency that this around peaks. So this should be around 2 ohms. We're going to see what it does. Okay, so we're at 2.2 ohms, making 1,381 watts, and we are rated for 1,000 watts at 2 ohms. So we're above 2 ohms, and we're still making quite a bit more than rated power. Now, if you notice, we have a nice normal curve for this. It's not hard clipped because of the clip limit button that I had pushed in. That would be very different if we didn't have that. So that is going to save you from destroying your subs from clipping. So let's reset this. We're going to do another frequency that's much higher and try to get that impedance down. I'm going to try to get it as close as I can to 1 ohm. I think it's probably going to be like 1.2 or 1.3, but we're rated 2,000 watts at 1 ohm. We'll see what it does. Okay, well, we got 1.5 ohms doing 1,497. I'm going to try another frequency and see if we can get a little bit closer, just so you can see the 2,000 plus number. Well, we're getting closer to 1.4. I think we might not be able to actually make 1 ohm. So there you have it, the 2000 AF from EMFcaraudio.com. We couldn't quite get it down to 1 ohm to show that it does do the 2000 at 1 ohm that it's rated for, but we got up there at 1.5 ohms. So this one, much like the 4000, does greater than rated power at a higher impedance, and you're going to get rated power at the lower impedance. So in the real world, where it actually counts and you do have impedance rise and that kind of thing, you're actually getting more power than many other amps that may do rated, and they may do them at lower impedances, but at the higher impedances, these are going to be making more power, and that's where it counts. So make sure you go check these out, emfcaraudio.com. This one is part of the collection with the 4000, 5500, and 7500, and we may be doing a 4-channel or a couple different 4 channels here in the near future. Go check them out, emfcaraudio.com.